You've been talking to the most powerful force in existence your entire life, and it's been listening. Every word you whisper about yourself, every complaint that crosses your lips, every fearful thought you rehearse in the quiet moments before sleep. Your subconscious mind records them all as truth. It doesn't question, it doesn't judge, it simply obeys. And right now, at this very moment, it is building your tomorrow from the words you spoke today. Most people never realize this. They wonder why certain patterns repeat, why the same struggles return, why sincere effort doesn't bring the change they long for. They don't understand that beneath their conscious striving, there is a deeper mind at work. A faithful servant that takes every impression, every feeling, every repeated thought, and transforms it into the conditions of their life. But here is the profound truth that changes everything. The same force that has been working against you can begin working for you. The moment you understand how it listens, you can learn how to speak. And when you speak differently, your entire world begins to rearrange itself. From the moment you open your eyes in the morning, a conversation is taking place, not with another person, with the creative power within you. I'm so tired. I'll never get ahead. Nothing ever works out for me. I'm not good enough. These aren't just harmless expressions. They are commands, instructions delivered to a mind that knows only how to say yes. Think about the words you've used to describe yourself this week, the stories you've told about your limitations, the ways you've explained why something can't happen for you. Each one was heard, each one was accepted, each one was set into motion as creative principle. The subconscious mind doesn't argue with you. It doesn't say, "Are you certain about that?" Perhaps you're being too harsh on yourself. It operates on a different law entirely. It accepts the feeling and conviction behind your words and begins to make them real in your experience. This is not punishment. This is law. The law of your own being. You might protest, but I don't mean those things. I'm just venting. I'm just being realistic. Yet the subconscious cannot distinguish between what you call venting and what you call prayer. It only knows what you impress upon it with feeling and repetition. And whatever you impress upon it with conviction, it must express in your life. This is why two people can face the same circumstance and produce entirely different outcomes. One speaks defeat, the other speaks possibility. One rehearses limitation, the other affirms abundance. The outer condition may be identical, but the inner conversation determines everything. Have you ever noticed what happens when you finally believe? There comes a moment in every person's life when something they've wanted suddenly materializes. Not through struggle, not through force, but through a quiet shift in their inner speech. They stopped saying, "I hope," and started saying, "I am." They stopped explaining why it couldn't happen and started feeling as though it already had. And mysteriously, circumstances rearrange themselves to match this new inner conviction. This isn't coincidence. This is the natural response of your subconscious mind to a change in your habitual thinking. When you truly shift what you say to yourself about yourself, you shift what you experience. But most people speak carelessly. They treat their inner dialogue as though it has no consequence. They fill their minds with worry, criticism, and doubt, then wonder why their lives feel heavy and restricted. They don't realize they are the author of their experience, not through what they wish for, but through what they consistently affirm. Your subconscious is listening right now, not to what you want, not to what you hope might somehow happen someday, but to what you claim as true about yourself in this moment, and it is faithfully preparing to deliver precisely that. Let me share with you a fundamental spiritual truth. Your subconscious mind is impersonal. It will produce sickness or health, poverty or abundance, loneliness or love, depending entirely on the nature of the thoughts you habitually entertain. It doesn't favor you or work against you. It simply mirrors back to you the sum total of your beliefs. If you constantly say, "I can't afford that," your subconscious accepts lack as your reality and finds ways to confirm it. If you say, "People always take advantage of me," your subconscious will attract circumstances that validate this belief. If you declare, "I always get sick this time of year," your body responds to the suggestion as though it were divine instruction. This is not mysticism. This is not wishful thinking. This is observable, demonstrable law. The Bible tells us, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, not as he occasionally wishes, not as he desperately hopes, but as he thinks, consistently, habitually, with feeling, in the depths of his being." Consider the words you use when you describe your health, your finances, your relationships, your future. Are they words of faith or words of fear? Are they building the life you desire or reinforcing the life you're trying to escape? Most people are shocked when they begin to observe their own speech. They discover they've been their own greatest opposition, not the economy, not other people, not circumstances, but their own repeated declarations of limitation. Can you feel that quiet awareness rising in you now? That recognition that you have been speaking your life into existence all along. The turning point, when understanding becomes power. Here is where transformation truly begins. You don't need to fight your subconscious mind. You don't need to overcome it or conquer it. You need only to redirect it, to give it new instructions, to speak to it the way you would speak to a faithful servant who wants nothing more than to please you. Your subconscious has no agenda except to fulfill your beliefs. It will work just as tirelessly to create joy as it has worked to create suffering. The only difference is the nature of the command you give it. When you say, "I am healed," with feeling and conviction, your subconscious begins to activate healing. When you say, "I am prosperous," it starts to attract abundance. When you say, "I am loved and lovable," it draws love toward you like a magnet. This isn't pretending. This is not lying to yourself. This is impressing your subconscious with a higher truth than your current circumstances reflect. And your subconscious, which cannot refuse your sincere conviction, must bring that truth into visible form. The great mistake people make is that they speak from their conditions. They look at what is and declare it permanent. I am sick. I am broke. I am alone. And in speaking from the condition, they perpetuate it. But when you learn to speak from the invisible truth, the spiritual reality that exists before the physical manifestation, you call forth new conditions. You impress your subconscious with the end result, and it finds the way to make it so. This is the secret of every prayer that has ever been answered. Not begging, not pleading, but speaking with the authority of one who knows that the creative power within must respond to belief. It isn't struggle that changes your life. It's acceptance of your inner power. This is why affirmations work for some people and not for others. Those who succeed use them to build genuine conviction. Those who fail merely repeat words with doubt lingering beneath the surface. Your subconscious responds not to the words themselves, but to the feeling and belief behind them. Think of a time when you prayed and it quietly worked, when something you needed appeared without struggle, when a door opened that had seemed permanently closed. What was your inner state in that moment? You had let go of resistance. You had accepted the answer before you saw it. And your subconscious, sensing this quiet faith, delivered. This is the pattern you must learn to repeat deliberately, not through hoping, but through claiming, not through wishing, but through accepting as done, not through future longing, but through present conviction. Now let us turn principle into practice. Let us make this knowledge practical, applicable, transformative. Beginning today, you must become a guardian of your speech, not in a tense, fearful way, but in a conscious, loving way. You are learning to steward the most powerful creative force you possess, your word. When you wake in the morning, before your feet touch the floor, speak words of gratitude and expectation. This is a day filled with divine opportunities. I am guided, protected, and prospered. Good flows to me easily and naturally. Feel the truth of these words as you speak them. Throughout the day, catch yourself when old patterns of speech arise. When you start to say, "I'm so overwhelmed," stop, breathe, replace it. "I am capable and divinely supported." When you begin to declare, "I never have enough time," pause and affirm instead, "I have all the time I need for everything that truly matters." This isn't denial of challenges. This is refusing to give them authority over your subconscious mind. You are choosing which seed to plant, and you are choosing life. In the evening, review your day, not with criticism, but with forgiveness and redirection. If you spoke carelessly, if you entertained fearful thoughts, release them. Say to yourself, "I forgive myself for any limiting words I spoke today. I now plant new seeds of faith and expectation. While I sleep, my subconscious mind is working to bring forth all good in my life." This practice, done consistently, will revolutionize your experience. Not because you've changed the world around you, but because you've changed the world within you. And the world within always determines the world without. What you feel you are, you become, and one day you wake to find your outer life reflecting what you've been faithfully impressing within. This is not magic. This is the lawful operation of your own mind. Faith is imagination directed toward good, and your subconscious is the servant of your belief. As we come to the close of our time together, I want you to understand something profound. You are not alone in this work. You are not conjuring something from nothing through sheer willpower. You are cooperating with an infinite intelligence that has always been within you, waiting for your recognition and direction. Your subconscious mind is connected to the one mind, the divine intelligence that created you and sustains you. When you speak to your subconscious with faith, you are speaking to the very power that formed the universe. And that power delights in your good. This is why Jesus taught, "Whatsoever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye receive it, and ye shall have it." He wasn't teaching empty positive thinking. He was revealing the law of mind, the law that states, what you accept as true in consciousness must become true in experience. You have been given dominion over your own mental and emotional world. No one else can think for you. No one else can believe for you. No one else can impress your subconscious with faith or with fear. This power is yours alone. And with this power comes responsibility, not burden, but sacred responsibility. The responsibility to speak life, to affirm good, to plant seeds of faith rather than seeds of doubt. Your subconscious is always listening, right now, in this moment. It is recording the quality of your thoughts, the nature of your speech, the feeling tone of your beliefs, and it is faithfully translating them into your tomorrows. Speak carefully, speak consciously, speak as though your words are prayers, because they are. From this day forward, let every word that crosses your lips be a word of faith, of possibility, of divine expectation. Let your inner conversation be a conversation of gratitude and quiet confidence. And watch as the world around you begins to reflect the new world you've built within. The subconscious is the servant of your belief. Give it something beautiful to serve, and so it is.